can't believe people play with people's intelligence the way they play with people's intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living, but
Prince called 50 a complete hypocrite, saying that if Big Meech is a snitch, then 50 is basically a cop. Ouch.
You know what's a sucker to me? A sucker is a who pick who he be fighting.
Right.
Like if you sitting and you, oh, I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him, but with this.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight who you think you can beat.
And I called Jay Prince in the mouth. I'm saying,
He didn't say nothing to whack. So when you come talking to me, I feel like you're very selective. This is exactly what I meant last week when I was talking about street is big.
There are many layers to this, and Jay Prince's history doesn't exactly help his case. His name has been linked to a variety of shady activities, including extortion, mysterious dice games, and even allegations that he and his son were claims to have been involved in Takeoff's death. So if 50 decides to go all out and expose Jay Prince's dirty laundry, he will have a lot of material to work with. In fact, 50 appears to have responded to Jay Prince's alleged threats on Instagram, reminding everyone of how he gets upset when someone tries to play him. But is Jay Prince even jumping to Big Meech's defense? How exactly did he threaten 50? Is he making a big mistake by pursuing the pettiest man in the industry? Let's break this down.
I'm gonna answer a few of y'all questions, then I'm gonna have to go about my business. You see, I'm just relaxing, letting God's air blow on my face.
Yes, 50 Cent is still putting pressure on Big Meech over those snitching accusations, in case you were wondering. 50 isn't backing down from Meech, but he's not the only one venting these days. Recently, Top 5 took to social media to attack the former Kingpin for slipping into his DMs in a video, calling him a rat and tagging Fifth to intervene. He said, "Come, 50 Cent, get this fake 60-year-old Kingpin out of my DMs before I crash out #Big Screech." Naturally, 50 quickly reacted and took advantage of the opportunity to troll Big Meech some more, resharing Top 5's video and captioned it, "I think he wanted to borrow some money from you, gangsta." While most of the industry is trying to stay out of the drama and avoid being drawn into the 50's feud with Big Meech, Jay Prince chose to get involved when no one asked him to. According to some gossip blogs, Jay Prince has been criticizing 50 on Instagram stories for allegedly using Big Meech for influence. Despite not being involved from the beginning, it seems like Jay Prince couldn't help but join the discussion. Jay Prince allegedly posted and then swiftly removed a message that read, "Big Meech had a net worth of over $100 million prior to his imprisonment." According to some insiders, 50i leveraged Meech's life to gain money and gave him $5 million. He now claims to have founded the BMF brand. Jay Prince is also apparently threatening to put his goons on 50 to try to quiet him, but 50 isn't backing down. Instead, he simply made it obvious that no matter how hard they try, they would never be able to defeat 50. A video from Training Day was released to show everyone that he is prepared for everything that comes his way and will not be afraid. In the caption, he wrote, "Get the message." Now fans are making fun of Jay Prince, saying that he should stay out of the spotlight because he would rather not be on 50's radar and draw attention to his own dubious reputation. For those who don't know, Jay Prince is the CEO and co-founder of Rap A Lot Records, one of Houston's most illustrious labels. Jay Prince likes to refer to himself as the King of Houston and act as though he owns the entire city. There is an unwritten rule that when well-known rappers land in Houston, Jay Prince acts as their unofficial security detail, ensuring their safe arrival.
Change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, you know, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG?
What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected.
Yeah.
Or whatnot.
Yeah, they get tripped up on the semantics.
Yeah, they get stuck. I mean, right there you stuck. So then you stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck on stupid, and you're not using your power or access to power that you have. You're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. You know, we all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a blessing, really.
Real talk.
You know
Real
what I
talk.
mean? Who want to have access to power?
But some people don't believe the entire Protection Act, and according to the streets, Jay Prince and his son Jazz may actually be running a full-fledged extortion play. If that wasn't shady enough, there have also been many rumors about these dice games they host in Houston, where artists supposedly line up for a quick come-up. These rumors grew louder after Takeoff's tragic death, but Takeoff wasn't the first person to pass away after one of Jazz Prince's famous dice nights. Just a few months prior, Chicago's Duke the Jeweler had a big hit. After Takeoff's, many fans blamed Quo, saying he should have known better than to be around Jay Prince and the Mod Ties crew, especially after what happened with Duke the Jeweler just 2 months earlier. With all the shady whispers surrounding the Prince family, people feel that Quo should have kept his distance. As for the man accused of pulling the trigger, Patrick Xavier Clark has been officially indicted by a grand jury for Takeoffs, but the trial date has yet to be set, although the crime occurred nearly 3 years ago. This is where things get really shady. A day after being arrested, Patrick Xavier Clark managed to secure a $1 million bond and was placed under house arrest. Jump ahead to November 2023, and suddenly the rules changed, and Clark was no longer under house arrest, not even required to wear an ankle monitor, and only required to adhere to a 7:00 p.m. to 7:00 a.m. curfew, and that's not even the most outrageous part. According to court documents, Clark is not permitted to get in touch with any of the witnesses, victims, or Takeoff's families, including Jay Prince Jr. Additionally, the court prohibited Clark from contacting Jay Prince Sr. in any way. As you are already aware, fans are staring at this situation because it's strange how someone can go from house arrest to essentially being free with only a curfew, and they're still refusing to set a date for the visit. Trial, and now for the most recent plot development. Patrick Xavier Clark is adamantly defending his innocence, and his attorney, Letitia Combs Hollins, recently told Rolling Stone that her client did not fire the shots that killed him. However, she didn't stop there. She also confronted the investigators about the alleged evidence they were using against Clark, claiming that the ballistics and video footage they were presenting did not add up, and that when the trial finally begins, she is prepared to destroy their entire case because someone else initiated the shooting. Keenan, Patrick Clark going back to the rumors that Jay Prince set up rappers with those dice games. Several industry figures have discussed this in the past, including Whack 100, who accused Jay Prince's son of running a loaded dice game scam on rappers who visit Houston. Hollins confirmed to Rolling Stone that he was in the same situation as Takeoff and was attempting to escape alive as well. He had nothing to do with the argument that broke out. He was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time when people started firing weapons.
So I had a dude call me, right? And that Junior been having some going on down there in Houston, bro. We got the media team in here. So it's the inside month. Now this month, he's the one that's tied to the dude that makes the loaded dice. Right? Check the play out. All entertainers, when you go to Houston, stay away from Jay Prince Jr. A whole play going on. Here go the play right here. The plays a loaded dice. Now I'm gonna talk about something. Let me see if y'all catch up with them. Y'all catch up with them to what I'm saying. The entertainer invites him in, act like he's covering for him, hanging out, everything is cool. Let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. He introduces the dice game. He got 3 right, who rotate the dice. Now these dice is loaded. Tell me it's a Wolf, Big Caprice, and watch this, and Little Cam are the loaded dice rotators, right? He said what? There was a situation that occurred that a certain jeweler around and got past the dice on accident and was hitting on them for a couple hundred. They got irritated about that. I ain't gonna go too far into that story because, right, boom. The only way they could get their money back was hire money back. He said, but Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice are the 3 designated to say I'm up, I got the neck, and they pass the dice to each other, but they loaded, but they shooting against them up represent town, the entertainer. Right? They say Jay Prince Jr., he get
100 Wax said that Jazz Prince's dice games were nothing more than a complete fraud and advised artists to avoid them. They also claimed that Quavo and Takeoff might have become involved in some dubious activities that could have caused the entire incident that resulted in Takeoff's untimely death.
Well, that word been out. We been out that memo.
And then, so I've been getting hit all day, and it got to the point at the thing where Quavo like, that is the dice. If you're a mother artist, entertainer, and you been down there to Houston with the hosting of Jay Prince Jr., and that it led you to a dice game, and you was getting hit for all your and you remember 3 by the name of Big Caprice, Wolf, and Lil Cam, y'all need to get on Jay Prince Jr. bumper because it was a lineup. Y'all need to holler at that because his people done told me inside and said, what? We didn't want to give him the mother loaded dice. Who?
Additionally, he accused Lil Bowie of participating in the dice game setup that resulted in the death of Duke the Jeweler, bringing him into the drama along with the Prince family.
Doing the Boosie dice game. Oh, yeah. So he was shooting against Boosie and he got past the loaded dice. So, his name was Duke the Jeweler. They said Boosie set him up. Now your story makes more sense. He died with all his jewelry on. Lil Cam was shooting that night when Takeoff died too. They're saying DJ Pat Bullet was a bullet that Takeoff. Also, Cam was the one shooting dice, so he had the loaded dice. Now, for Boosie, they must have switched the dice up. Either they was gonna have no. Boosie was supposed to have the loaded dice, and they must have switched it, gave it to the wrong.
Now, when Jazz Prince was questioned about all of these claims, he promptly shut it down and denied ever knowing Duke the Jeweler. He also maintained that his dice games had nothing to do with the Duke or Takeoff's murders, and that everything was simply gossip.
I know people were associating me with the situation because I went to Lil Boosie pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to him. Truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him. So, you know, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do.
But the accusations against Jay Prince and his shady activities don't stop there. His name has been linked to extortion rumors for years, but it's only recently that he's been in the news for it. For instance, in July 2020, an NBA youngster was robbed in Houston, and it was said that Jay Prince's thugs showed up at the youngster's errand and took his icy chains and even the keys to his $350,000 Bentley. Rather than keeping it low-key, these guys made a social media footage shows them breaking in and posing with stolen items, such as a white 2020 McLaren GT, a white Bentley, and a white Rolls-Royce. When things get even more suspicious, the thugs not only took NBA YoungBoy's belongings for amusement, but they also demanded a $30,000 ransom to return them, leading people to believe that Jay Prince was engaging in another extortion scheme. This is because Jay Prince actually posted on Instagram to reveal that he had YoungBoy's chains and keys, and even invited him to come pick them up.
I got a call, you know what I mean, because the little homie young boy place got broke into. People went in his place, disrespected different things, and I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right, because they understand that, you know what I mean, young boy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, you know, all that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
We got your Rolls Royce, umbrellas, we got your keys, we got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro. Get your shit back. All good.
He saw through the shenanigans, though, and thought that Jay Prince was merely attempting to con him out of more cash. The youngster clapped back, calling Jay Prince a dishonest character who uses check-in as a pretext to intimidate rappers when they land in Houston.
I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. All that pussy, they don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty niggas around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you can get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Man, you f***ing bitch.
However, Jay Prince and his games aren't just boring to young boys. Recently, Prince was also criticized by Cameron and May for supposedly lining up young boys and allowing his protege Drake to be humiliated by Kendrick Lamar.
60? You 60? What are you talking about? What are you bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you line young boy NBA up, why the you got Shakur with you, and this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got young boy NBA umbrellas and his keys to this car. Young boy NBA turns on the this is what he said. This is what young boy NBA said. Rap 100 was the most disrespectful. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat this shit for 100 seconds. Mad disrespect. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard, this is the first time Drake got into some shit, and I ain't hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say?
The conflict between Cam and May and Jay Prince began when Prince attempted to coerce them into renouncing their criticism of Shakur Stevenson, a boxer from New Jersey who also happened to be under his management. Jay Prince wasn't having it and moved to Instagram to send a slick warning instructing them to fade all of Stevenson's shots and take all bets. Cam and Mace made it very obvious on their platform that they didn't like Stevenson's latest world title defense. Don't lie to the critics and let them claim that Jay Prince is uninteresting. He wrote numbers. Wishes to observe him, I apologize, but it's only for a select few of you haters. As you can see, there is evidence that he has the highest ratings of any fight on ESPN this year, and the top 3 ratings since 2022. To all of you haters who wish to intensify your hatred outside of the ring, I manage Shakur's business outside of the ring, which means that I will fade all of his shots and take all of his bets. However, despite the threats, Cam and Mace remained unfazed, and kept calling out Jay Prince for acting like a street man at his advanced age.
Tell you another thing, when you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your lord. Like, the way you talk it, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know it doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. You would tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a lord, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They would say, yo, Mace, listen. Around here, we don't send us to do nothing for us. We don't pay to handle our problems. You gotta put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Nah, this is where the game got messed up, when young started sending old niggas out, and just cause this little ignorant got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, Jay Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you're trying to be a...
Given how dubious Jay Prince's reputation is, fans are now making fun of him for even considering going to 50C and getting involved in this Big Meech drama. They claim that Jay Prince already has far too much suspicious activity associated with his name to be out here launching a conflict with someone like 50, who has made his entire career out of exposing people. And that if 50 decides to drag Jay Prince, it won't be pretty. Having a lot of material to work with, including rumors about the dice game, alleged extortion tactics, and everything in between, and knowing 50, he won't just expose Jay Prince. He'll make a whole movie out of it. However, how do you feel about Jay Prince getting involved in this Big Meech drama and allegedly threatening 50? Do you think he's making a mistake, or does he have a point? Please leave a comment below and watch this following video.